Today we have 1 billion children alive, more than ever before in human history. Never again will we ever see 1 billion children alive on the same day. All of these children will be adults soon. All of them want the lifestyle of Salamanca or Madrid. 750 million human beings will move from the countryside into cities in the next 10 years. 300 million are in China, and they are driving one of the greatest demands for steel, coal, concrete, manganese. Every single commodity you can imagine will come under pressure as these emerging nations grow and demand their future. And while this is all happening, I want to come back to the biggest word that will drive the future. And it's not technology, it's not politics, it's not even the value of a barrel of oil. The most powerful word that will drive the future is a word that we see running through the history of Salamanca for the last 1,000 years. This is a word which drove the Roman Empire before that. It is a word that controls the result of every political election. It is a word that creates tribes and also terrorists. This word, of course, is emotion. It's about family, teams, belonging. It's about the passion we have, the culture we enjoy, the relationships we wish for. Passion and emotion are at the heart of the past and will control the future. It is emotion that will decide if we have one euro government or many, many nations, even if the eurozone breaks up. This is not just an economic issue. It is emotion that will decide if Germany will continue to bail out Greece. It is emotion that will decide a whole host of issues relating to the marketing of your products and your services. You know, we've heard a lot about passion. We heard about it yesterday, about the need to see the world through the glasses of our own customers. And very often, I see very large companies are blind to their customers. Let me give you an example. I work with many of the largest corporations in the world, and I often see the same thing. I ask them a question about themselves in their personal lives, and then we look at the way they run their business. So here is an example. Oh, by the way, before we get to it, many of these customers are, of course, getting older. While we have 1 billion children alive, we also have an explosion of new customers here in this age group. 65% of all health spending in Spain is on those over 65 years old. 75% of all the money in America and the UK is owned by people over the age of 65. Most of them are women. In fact, 80% of all 80-year-olds are women, 90% of all 90-year-olds, and 148% of all 100-year-olds are women, because men tend to die quite early. Now, this means that most of my country is owned by very old women. Now, if you live in Italy, is anybody here from Italy? Yes, great, wonderful. In your country, in your country, by 2026, you will have 1 million citizens who are over the age of 90. 1 million. Nearly all of them will be women, and all of them will be voting for the next president. So already we have enough older people to control the results of every election in many European countries. And it will soon be the same here in Spain. What does this mean? It means a big change. Let me give you a small example of blindness, literally blindness. Put your hands up if you have been to a restaurant recently and you needed to put your glasses on to read the menu. The reason? You are over 25. Okay. Now, here is a thought. In Salamanca, I walked around last night. We had a wonderful meal. I promise you, most of the money in the restaurants of Salamanca is spent by people over the age of 50, correct? Yes, people like me, people over the age of 50, right? None of us can read the menu. Why? Because the menus are printed in this microscopic text. You can't see it without your glasses, and to make matters even worse, they give you no light, just a candle. So you light a candle, and you're trying to read it with your glasses, and you say to the waiter, please, can you help me? I don't seem to be able to read the menu. My friends, this is crazy. This is the main marketing document for the restaurant, but the main customers cannot read it. Crazy. Let me give you another example of blindness. Put your hands up if you get annoyed when you dial your telecom company because the bill is wrong, and they press 1 for customer services, 2 for iPhone, 3 for broadband. Put your hands up if you get really annoyed by this. Okay. Put your hands up if you are so annoyed that you think people who build these systems should be put in prison. Okay. Me too. Now, okay. Please close your eyes for a moment. Put your hands up if your company uses such a system. Okay. You see, what happens is this. This is crazy. And by the way, many of you are part of smaller companies. If I had telecom companies here, all the hands will be up, right? Even though the same people say that anyone who buys such a system should be put in prison, nevertheless, they themselves are buying these systems every day. What happened? So what happened is this. We land up doing things which we know kill our customers. We know they make our customers really angry. Why? Because we have one pair of glasses for our bottom line, return on equity, and Excel spreadsheet numbers, and we have another pair of glasses for real life. And what I'm saying is this: if you wish to make your business twice as successful as today, then take off the bottom line glasses, the profit glasses, and put your customers' glasses on. How do we do that? By experiencing what they feel. How do we find what our customers feel? By understanding what we feel. And it's when we find our own emotions as a customer, we suddenly have a revelation. And suddenly, the menu size has to change, the call center has to change, many things have to change, because suddenly we are feeling the customer's feelings. And that is a very exciting thing to do. And then we realize why the customers are behaving like this, and we begin to see a solution to it. Now, of course, our world is going at this incredible speed. How far can technology go? We've been talking about the internet, we've been talking about social networking, broadband, online, mobile, and the rest.